refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take a refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? One more time for the good time. How my Goof Troops doing? Welcome back to another great episode of FFC, the best fantasy football show in the entire world. Yeah, we're taking it there. We're taking it to the entire world. This coach is never wrong. And we're not going to be wrong about Josh Allen. Yes, sir. We start with the slander. All right, baby. This is a very, very, very special day today. No, not today. This week, actually. This week is a very, very special week, as we should know. And tomorrow is draft day. Draft day, everybody. Some of these beautiful, young, talented young men are about to make their dreams come true. Like, there is absolutely no other way to say that. You understand? Like, this is the most important decision for all of their lives. I don't care what round you're drafted in. I don't care if you're in the first round. I don't care if you're drafted in the last round. Last time I checked, Brady was picked at 199 and has 6 Super Bowls. So 7. So I don't care what number you're drafted. Your life is about to change. Hands down. You know what I'm saying? So this is a wonderful moment for families, for friends, for people like Aaron Rodgers to not destroy the draft by where he decides he wants to go. We will not have any of this foolery. Okay? Matter of fact, if this fool even peeks a booger and peeking his head about where he wants to go, I'm just going to destroy. Me personally, I'm going to start a whole trend, destroy Aaron Rodgers trend. That's what we're going to do. Okay? We got the Josh Allen going around. Destroy Aaron Rodgers. You don't want to know why? Because Aaron Rodgers likes to destroy other people. You see him out here just, so mind you, they didn't have to take you at all. They didn't have to take your whole clown show of trash Green Bay wide receivers, but they did. And now that your ass is not in the playoffs and you're not even a part of their team anymore, pretty much, you decide the best thing to do was to go on Pat McAfee show. Be careful, Pat. People will get you in trouble. You decide to go on the Pat McAfee show and air out your dirty laundry with the Jets. I'm sorry. Aaron Rodgers is just not for the people. Aaron Rodgers is for his in the woods driven self. That's the only thing Aaron Rodgers is worried about. You know who finally realized that? Devontae Adams. You know what Devontae Adams is? With the Rams. He went to a contender, as he should have. He didn't go follow this fool who ain't got nothing to follow no more. He's all right. It was fun, but look, you ain't getting no better than who was over there getting them killed with the Raiders? I can't even remember his name. That's so sad. He ain't even that far off from the NFL. I can't remember his name. Dave hate him. He was a 49er for a while. Dave ate him. Oh, I can't think of his name. Oh, I'll get it. It'll hit me. But anyway, enough about that because we're not going to use that about today. So this is about these young players and where they're going, and you know what it could potentially mean for fantasy football. Some of them will obviously won't play this year, but we have for fantasy purposes, right? What do we have? We have dynasty. So a lot of these kids are going to be dynasty players. Okay, they're going to be in a lot of dynasty leagues, meaning a lot of them will be drafted and probably won't play for like 2-3 years. That's the thing about a dynasty league. Like you're building on this kid's career. If you ain't played, I haven't played dynasty. I don't know if I have the patience for playing dynasty. Okay, you gotta have patience to hit the waiver wire itself, just general fantasy football. So dynasty, that's a whole nother beast. Okay, you're pretty much banking on a lifelong career with dynasty football. Like it's epic in its own proportion. For example, where everybody right now is on a break, you know, dynasty isn't on a break. Why? Because you got to pay attention to what these young kids are doing. Are they getting shots before training? Are they working out with the season in limbo right now? You know, or are they out there throwing money in the club? You know what I mean? After who was that too? I forgot who that was. Fantasy footballer, the fantasy football counselor. You know, he loved airing out players because Saquon Barkley ain't doing it. You know, Derrick Henry ain't out there throwing money in the club. No, he up there running hills. You know? So I forgot who it was. He kind of didn't need to be in there, but you know, you live your life, do what you do. But he got aired out for throwing money in the club. Which, if we're still doing that in 2025, buddy, you're the reason why it's shown 23-year-olds don't need millions of dollars. I'm just saying. If we're still throwing money in the club, you are the reason 23-year-olds should not have millions of dollars. I'm just saying. Stop. that fad has to be over. I'm not talking about a strip club. I am not talking about a strip club. I am literally talking about you taking your behind in a place that has alcohol and alcohol only, okay, with a $20 cover charge, okay, and you got to wear a button up, and you throwing money in the club to fool out strangers. For what? For what? Then you just have to spend $20,000, $100,000 on that damn team dinner, rookie. Again, you show why a 23-year-old don't need millions of dollars. You all keep showing financial deficiencies. So again, young boys coming into the NFL, I hope we are doing better. See, I mind you, I have not had to do a lot of coaches talks of of players get your life right, stop doing this in the summer. We've had some very clean off seasons in the last year or two, I want to say. Like the off seasons have been calm. These kids aren't out here being dumb, which is what I love, except for their money. So now we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna do that. That's coaches talk. We'll say that for coaches talk. We're gonna get y'all right. You feel me? But no, now it is about you young boys. Okay. That's what today is all about, is where are these young cats going? So without further ado, let's pull up our notes here that Coach has. All right. All right. So the first team up is the Tennessee Titans. Now, we're not going through 7 rounds, by the way. No, sir. First round, get all the attention today. That's what it's about. Let's see. So as of now, as it stands, if nothing changes, if the Titans don't, what's the word I'm looking for? If the Titans don't switch it up, Cam Ward should be the number 1 pick for the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward will be a starting quarterback when the season starts in 2025, barring any injury. I have to say barring any injury because, I mean, this is the NFL. Training camp happens. This kid is younger than the boys that he's going to be playing with, so he can potentially get hurt. I like that he has a willingness to make plays from the pocket. He has ball philosophy. I watched him just play around with Shadir in them little videos that they have. I just like his I like Cam's build. I like his attitude. And you know what's funny? If it can translate into a leadership mentality, I think it'll be good for the Tennessee Titans. I'm not gonna sit here like they say, and he reminds people of the success of Jay Daniels. No, we don't know that at all. He was a Miami quarterback that lost in the championship, I think. So we got to be careful with saying stuff like that. What you want to look for in a caliber type quarterback who made it to that championship, who had a great season, by the way. Defense was really most of the issue. Can he translate plays on the field in an NFL setting? We can't understand or know this until about week 5. Think about it. I was all over Chicago's quarterback, right? And he started off the first 4 games looking like, oh no, buddy, the balls were just too flat. About 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, he was looking a little bit better. Chicago was actually even winning games. I'm like, oh, okay. And I don't think they were losing games the first 5 games. He was looking bad. I think it was like a 2-3 thing. But he started looking better. Had a little bit of iffiness in the end of the season. Better teams he played against are trying to make it into the playoffs, so but he was a rookie, and I think he finished off the season pretty well. Again, he's in the top 20 at quarterback, and his yards were not bad. It wasn't like top 20 because he was at 20 and he had the lowest of them all. No. But he was 17, damn near close enough to being better than Josh Allen in passing yards. I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, numbers don't lie. Josh Allen was 14, he was 17. If he had, I think, 200 or 300 more passing yards, he would have been above Josh Allen. Just saying. And he was a rookie who started off rough. And who did not have a great season, but he had a good rookie season. Just saying. Good luck thinking Josh Allen's win Super Bowl. Let's see here. So I think Cam Ward, again, I think with the weapons that they kind of currently already have, I do think the Titans would be a 7 to 8 win team with Tennessee Titans, with Cam Ward. Depending on what else they do in this draft, yeah, they could. This would be a good way to kind of rebuild, start over, but kind of be within the fight because their division ain't that strong. Let's think about that. They could potentially be 3rd or 2nd in that division. So 8, 9 wins. You know what I'm saying? 3rd would make them 7. Like if they're 3rd in the division, it's because they only got 7 wins. Because I don't think Jacksonville, because I don't think Jacksonville is winning more than 7 or 8 games itself. So this would be a 3-way fight between the Colts, the Texans, and the Titans. All right, number 2, we got the Browns on the clock here. It is showing Travis Hunter. So will they use him? Well, you know what's funny? It's the Browns at number 2. And the question is, will they use him as a wide receiver corner? And you know the answer is, yeah, they will. The Browns will. You want to know why the Browns will? What else do the Browns have to excite fans? Like, you gave all that money to Deshaun Watson, who has pretty much just taken it. He did nothing else, but he took the money. Okay, he put his hands everywhere else, but on the football firmly down the field. Okay, so that's gone. Now you got no hands Kenny Pickett. The hands are so small. Okay, that's your quarterback right now. Let's take another look. Browns QB. Yeah, Browns quarterbacks. Let's see. That's not Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston's gone. Where is it? Well, we gotta be specific sometimes with Google. We won't be ignorant. Browns current quarterbacks. Okay, so they got Pickett and they got Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Okay, they got the I think he's a second-year player, but I know they have somebody else. Let me see. Is it here? Where are you? Where are you? I mean, yeah, they still have Deshaun Watson because all that damn money. And they have Pickett, but there was somebody else. Oh, Bailey Zappi. So good luck, Travis. I don't know what else to say. Good luck. There's no quarterback in the Browns. So he'll be able to play two-way, basically, because what else are they going to do? You know what I mean? Like, what else do you plan on having them do? Now, what they will do is he will most likely play. He ain't going to be the one, so he'll play a slot receiver, okay? Now, watch what I do. He's going to play slot receiver, and he's going to play a nickel corner. What does that do for Travis Hunter? That literally limits him on the field on both sides of the ball, especially in big moments. But he gets to play two-way football. I'm just saying, he gets to play two-way football. But you're not playing a number one, and you're not going to hold a number one. Are you serious? You'll run out of gas within 15 minutes of the game. No, sit down. College is different than pro. I need people to get that through their thick skulls. All right, number 3. We got Abdul Carter. Let's see. He is an edge rusher. Giants do need more edge help. And you know what? I like it with Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau. This actually does boost up the Giants' defense in a tremendous way. Obviously, they don't need a quarterback if you can pretty much see what they've gone through or what they have right now, which is James Winston and Russell Wilson. So, and Tommy DeVito. So fix the defense right now. Let's do that. Let's see, number 4, Patriots. So here we are, 2 years in a row. Patriots are within picks 10. I liked it because I believe they've gotten a quarterback that they can sit on for future. Meaning, if Drake May can have a good second, third year, he's going to have a rough year this year. It's going to be his sophomore year. You know what I mean? But if he can have a good year, get them into the playoffs, and then come out next year, do the same thing, he'll get paid. He might even get an extension after this year if he does good and gets him into the playoffs within the second year. This is what I do like. If the Patriots do reach out and get Ashton Genty, because they need a running back. The running backs in that group right now, y'all still want me to believe in Stevenson? Y'all want me to believe in Ramondre Stevenson still, right? I told y'all let that horse go. He ain't lead nobody to no fantasy finals. Did he? No, he did not. No. Bijan did. Saquon did. I told you to get rid of Saquon when he went to the Eagles, didn't I? Only thing I said about Saquon that I was worried about is if Jalen Daniels is a runner too and he scores touchdowns. That's the only thing I was worried about with Saquon that I told you guys about is the vulturing of touchdowns. Did it happen? Hell no. The quarterback took a back seat to 2,000 of Saquon's yards. Okay? So, you did it right when you got him. Derrick Henry. I said I loved it with the Raiders. Did it show in game 1? No. Did it show in 16 touchdowns and 1,900 yards for the season? Yes. Remember, this is a season-long game. This ain't about one game, guys. Okay? So, I like the fact that the Patriots at number 4 could possibly jump up and grab Genty as running back. Good rookie. If they do that, I may have him because of the way he's drafted. I could have him in the first round, depending on the league. In an 8-team league, hell no. I don't give them. He ain't He ain't be John Robinson. I'm not putting him up there like that. However, in a 12-team league, 14-team, yeah, you can grab him, especially at the end of the round. But most likely he'll be a high second round pick. Let's see. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I know how Mike Vrabel likes to run the ball. Just go ask, I don't know, Derrick Henry. Okay. Oh, and by the way, mind you, what did I just say? I just said, who likes to run the ball? Mike Vrabel. Just go ask Derrick Henry. I didn't even read to you guys, because I'm looking up on purpose. I didn't even read to you guys the statement that they have here. But let's read it now, shall we? New head coach Mike Vrabel knows the value that a premier back can bring. Was that understood correctly? It was, right? Let's say it again. New head coach Mike Vrabel knows the value that a premier back can bring. That was the first part of that statement. Here's the second part. Having watched Derrick Henry carry his previous Titans teams to the playoffs. So he there now says that neither one of the backs that are currently on the team are a premier back, and he's going for a rookie. Keep Ashton Genty on your radar. By the way, he's from Boise State. By the way, Coach loves Boise State. By the way, that means he plays in the cold. Oh, the shivers. All right. Okay, let's move on. Let's see. Number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars. It says that they seem like they meant to be up. So yeah, the Giants did not address defensive line issues in free agency, and it looks like they're going to go for Mason Graham from Michigan, defensive tackle. They need to meet up the middle. If I'm not mistaken, you can run the ball between the A and B gap. Excuse me, on the Jacksonville Jaguars, if I'm not mistaken. So this would, they need a lot more. I don't know. No. They don't need a lot more because they have a great receiving core. The running back, I like them moving over to Bigsby. As long as they could get a second back because it ain't what's his name, but I do like it. Defensively, I think this is the areas they do need to address. So I'm okay with this pick, or if they go somewhere else with on the defensive line. But the fact that you can run on them between the A and B gaps, they need to address it with a defensive tackle. Will it be Mason Graham? I'm not sure of that. It could be. Unless there's somebody else obviously better at defensive tackle. But I do think they do need to address the interior of their defensive line. All right, number 6, we have Shadir Sanders. Okay, so Shadir is going to the Raiders. Don't care what nobody says. I don't care. Don't care what you say. If he is available at number 6, if nobody moves up to take him, he's going to the Raiders. You want to know why? Is it because he's a Raider? Yeah, he is. His blood is a Raider. His daddy's a Raider. That's number 1. Number 2, do you know who's in Las Vegas right now? Anybody know? That ain't Gino. Gino gonna be his mentor. Gino is gonna be a great mentor, actually. Tom Brady. Tom Brady, the minority owner, is in Las Vegas. Who is his mentor? So think about this. You got Tom Brady, you got Geno Smith, you got Chip Kelly. And here's the thing about Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly ain't bad. Chip Kelly don't even need no head coach. Because Chip Kelly can run a good offense, but he burns people out, man. Like, it's weird. Chip Kelly's offense is so weird. The first half of the game, you look like crap. Y'all come out in the third quarter, you just destroy people. It's the weirdest style of offense, but I like it. He got a quarterback coach in Chip Kelly. He has a head coach in Pete Carroll. So that's a player's coach. That's somebody who can relate to him, who can kick it to him, who can hang out with him. You see what y'all see where I'm going. Y'all see where I'm going. And then you literally have your mentor there, the owner, minority owner. Let's be okay if you want to be correct. Tom Brady. Got a good running back, got a great tight end, which is a rookie quarterback's best friend. You get you some receivers, get you another back, but beef up this defense that really needs it. But I like Shadir with the Raiders. I think when you put when you put the whole thing together, he has probably one of the best support systems in the NFL right now. Brady, Carroll, Chip Kelly, his daddy, who is a Raider, Marshawn Lynch, who is bro, about to have the only thing I don't want this to do is take two. He's a star. Look at his dad. He grew up as a Sander. Stardom isn't the issue. I don't want it to become more than him, if that makes sense. It needs to be all about him. That is what's going to make this whole thing absolutely amazing. New stadium. Hey, look, I like it. I think Raiders are going to have a good one with Shadir. Like I said, the Geno pick at first was a little bit iffy. What are you doing? He's not going to give you more than what he gave you in. And I'm not trying to slander Geno. I'm just he's not going to give you more than what he gave you in Seattle. You know what I mean? Which is good. 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns. But is that going to win you a championship? Is that going to get you into the playoffs consistently? You know what I mean? Maybe, maybe not. But what it will give you is it'll give mentorship with everything else this kid already has. Because again, and I'm not calling Geno a bad quarterback. Geno took the bull by the horn when it was a shot, and look what he did with it. Just saying. I think the system itself is set up really nice in Las Vegas for Shadir. All right, number 7, we have the Jets, who are looking for an offensive tackle in Armand Membo. You know what? I like that. I like it. You want to know why? You're going to get Justin Fields. You're going to give him some protection. He's a young guy. He can move because why? You're going to be moving the ball with Justin Fields. You're going to be running the ball, right? So they would make a lot of sense to get somebody on the offensive tackle side of the ball that can move and block. So I'm very okay with this pick. They have a top 5, top 10 defense. They have enough weapons for Justin Fields. They got 2 good running backs, and they have 2 good receivers. If he's running the ball, you don't need 3 receivers, unfortunately. Okay. So I like the fact that they're going to go get offensive tackle help. All right, we got Carolina Panthers. Now, when I say the name, I don't know too much about these rookies, not a lot of them. When I say the name, I'm also going to say or someone in that because they could take all right, it says offensive tackle. They could take a guard. They could take a guard, or they could take offensive tackle, different name. So it may not be this person, but I do like the fact that they're addressing this position. That's where I'm more concerned with. All right, the Carolina Panthers, they need everything. Again, I don't believe this quarterback is going to get the job done. He's too small. The system is just not set up for him. But what they're addressing is defense. They're going to get an edge rusher. By the way, this is a defensive heavy draft. There's going to be a lot of defensive linemen going. I mean, how many do we have right now? We got Penn State edge rusher. We've got Michigan's defensive tackle. And now we've got Georgia edge rusher. All right, so they do need to address their edge, absolutely. Carolina has a lot of defensive deficiencies. So I'm okay with them addressing an edge rusher with their first pick. It's a big pick. And number 8, they're riding with their quarterback right now. So again, that's nothing they need to address. Their running back is looking good, so hopefully he can continue that. And again, that's nothing they will need to address. Possibly getting another one in the 5th round just to have you another backup running back. That's fine with me. Addressing some receivers possibly in the 3rd, 4th round. But I would go with this. And if I have another early pick in the 2nd round, I would get another defensive player, linebacker, maybe even a corner. But I do like this pick for the Carolina Panthers. Let's see. New Orleans Saints at number 9. They're looking at Mississippi quarterback Jackson Dart. So he has doubt for the 2025 availability, which kind of sucks. I don't. So the fact that his availability may be in doubt, I'm sorry. You if I'm New Orleans, if I can't get Jackson Dart, I'm sorry. I might have to move up to number 6 and try to steal Shadir. I don't know if I want to take Jackson Dart with an injury. No, I mean, if you want to take him, that's fine. You got to wait, obviously. And if that's something you want to do with a rookie, they're literally saying that his 25 season is in doubt. Thanks to a shoulder injury. Like, he may not play for the season. So, that's a little tricky of a situation. Like, New Orleans is something right now they don't need to deal with. Like, why would you take somebody who's not going to play? I can get it if it was a McCarthy situation. That's different. But this is, the fact that he can't play right now. And I can't even use the if you think he's gonna win you a Super Bowl when he come back, because like that's just like unreal pressure to even ask of. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, if I'm the Saints, I might have to go a different route. If this the case, maybe beef up my defense. Maybe take him later if everybody keeps passing on him because of the injury, and I can steal him later. That's different. But the 1st round pick, I just don't know if I can. I don't know if I can pull the trigger on that. It might be my job as a GM. I might get fired, but I just don't know. With all the available quarterbacks that we can take, and he can't be just the best one, right? I have to be able to know that I can alter and go somewhere else. I don't. And again, I think the injury just snuck up on everybody. You know what I mean? The fact that he won't be available, he may not be available for the 2025 season. I think that just kind of it just snuck up on everybody. All right, let's see here. At number 10, Chicago within the top 10 again. All right. So I like this again. They're going to go with Will Campbell, possibly offensive tackle. I do like this. This is another way to keep that quarterback healthy, get that line nice and tight, nice and young, because he's young. So I really, really like that idea. And mind you, this is the same Chicago Bears team, okay? Same Chicago Bears team that drafted that traded for 2 starting offensive linemen. One of them, I believe, was if not both, came from the Chiefs. So I do like having those veterans, and now you get you a nice young rookie to help complement. So very, very happy with that one. San Francisco at pick 11. Yeah, cornerback Will Johnson. They need a corner. They really do. They lost Kavarius Ward. And they do need help in the secondary. So at this point, you're taking the best cornerback off the board, hopefully, or the best one for your system, and hopefully it translates into hopefully the pick, because he's going to start, I believe, with the way their secondary looks. So just hopefully the pick translates into what they're looking for in the secondary. Let's see. We got the Cowboys at number 12. They're looking at a receiver from Texas, Matthew Golden. Yep, get you another receiver. You sure need it. You only have CeeDee Lamb. You don't really have anything else. So, do they need a running back? Absolutely. No. They just got one out of free agency. Don't care for it. They got Javonte Williams. I don't care for it, but Javonte with the Cowboys could be a nice thing. we won't really know until training camp when we hear some good stuff or bad stuff. So them going for a receiver at this state, yeah, I like it. And it's the first receiver off the board going to the Cowboys. I like it. 12 or number 13 is the Colts tight end Tyler Warren. I don't think that. All right, I'll be honest with you. Colts might trade out of this pick, to be quite honest with you. I don't think the Colts need a tight end. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. They don't need a tight end right now. My thing is you have a mobile quarterback. It's why would you don't need it. Unless he's a blocking tight end and happen to help you get around the edge, I guess, but you don't need a passing tight end right now within the first part of the draft, first pick of the draft. What you need is a defense. You need a linebacker, you need a corner. I would even get another receiver. The receivers ain't the best. So yeah, a tight end at this state, I would say no for the Colts. Miami, who you trying to? Yeah, I like it. They're going for a cornerback, Jadal Barron from Texas. I like that pick for the Miami Dolphins. They definitely need a secondary. I think their front is getting better with late in the season, as some people have pointed out to me with the players that they have. Some injured, they started kind of picking it up late in the season. But what they do need is a secondary, absolutely. So I do like this pick. Let's see. Number 15. All right, we got the Atlanta Falcons, Alabama linebacker, Jahad Campbell. I like it. I do like that. They do need to help on their defense, especially to help stop the run game a bit more. So I do like this pick for the Falcons. They got the quarterback. They do have a great receiver in Drake London, and they got a wonderful running back. So they got complementary receivers. They don't have a tight end. I think they let him go though. That's who might have went and got a tight end. It's the Atlanta Falcons. They definitely need that. But I'm okay with the linebacker. All right, we got number 16. Number 16, what we got here? Arizona Cardinals going for an offensive tackle. Look, for what? For what? What you need an offensive tackle for? All that little boy finna do is run around in a circle and throw the ball up in the air. There's nothing this dude is gonna do. This offensive lineman is gonna be. I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. I think there's actually absolutely nothing wrong with the offensive line. It's the quarterback, in my opinion. And they might not even go for that. We'll see. Number 17, Cincinnati Bengals. They do need an edge rush, and they're getting Mikael Williams. They need a secondary too, though. They need an offensive line too. They got no money. So we're gonna watch heavily what these Bengals do in the draft. But I'll take the edge rusher with the 17th pick. 18 at Seattle Seahawks. We got a wide receiver, Satorio McMillan. They're rebuilding obviously because they lost everybody. They got Cooper Kupp. They got Cooper Kupp. So maybe if this is what they go, maybe it works. I got to look more into this kid and see what he can do at the receiving position. I don't know too much about him. But looking at Seattle, yeah. Where else are you potentially going to go with the first pick to make a splash? So yeah, I would go. The dressing receiver is fine. Green Bay at 19, Ohio State wide receiver Emeka Egbuka. They need a receiver. Christian Watson's trash. So yeah, they do need a receiver. They could have probably went defense first, but they like to pass the ball, so they need some real hands on the field, basically. Let's see. Denver Broncos, Amarion Hampton, running back. I like it. Javonte Williams is gone. They need a back. I like it. They're at pick 20. With the way that kid is passing the football, I am definitely with Bo Nix the way he throws. I'm definitely okay with them going with a running back here. Pittsburgh, number 21, defensive tackle Derek Harmon. I mean, yeah, they're always defense first. So, um, I can get behind it. I can get behind it. They like to have a strong line at all times. They like to have that front seven the strongest at all times. So they're getting younger here, and they're going to get whatever else they need in the draft. Pittsburgh, I never have a problem with Pittsburgh in their drafts. I really don't. It's their off-season crap that I have to deal with that I don't like this Aaron Rodgers crap, or the fact that that's the only quarterback you have available right now. Like, is waiting for him. Like, they have nothing else. Like, that's the problem that bothers me. And maybe this is where they should have went quarterback in the draft, but they did that and it didn't work out with Kenny Pickett, and I guess they don't know how to draft. Nah, I'm just being funny. We can't always hit the best. We can't always get the best pick. But I mean, I'm fine with it. Pick number 22 for the Los Angeles Chargers. They're going for a tight end in Colston Loveland. I guess. I mean, I think they need receivers, to be quite honest with you, but I guess. I'm not sure what they're looking for. Are they looking for a red zone target? Like, I'm not sure what they're looking for with the tight end at this pick. And who's to say that the Chargers may not move out of the draft in the first round because they possibly can get better picks going in the second round. You know what I mean? So maybe they keep this pick. Maybe somebody trades them. Tampa Bay, Shamar Stewart, an edge rusher. Yeah, I can give it. Yep, they got a good passing game. They got a good offense. So let's get that defense a little bit better so we can make some stops in opposing run games. Because I think they had a problem. You could run on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So yeah, they're going to go ahead and address that and apply pressure on quarterbacks with the edge rusher. Because I think they'll probably get they'll get a defensive tackle in the second round. They might get a linebacker in the second round or third round. The Buccaneers. No, not Buccaneers. 24, we have the Buffalo Bills. They're going for an edge with Mike Green. They signed Joey Bosa. Let's see. Hutchett is facing a suspension for the season's first 6 games, so they do need somebody. They've got to replace Von Miller. I mean, personally, I think they should have gone for a receiver. They do need receiving help, but again, maybe they just are happy with what they got, and yeah, they just want to make sure they beef up the defense enough to stay as a top tier defense. Because they got Josh Allen to do 10 games because that's all they're gonna win. So yeah, I'm okay with it. It ain't a splash. It's the Buffalo Bills. This is what they do. They go defense first. Not outside of oh boy, no, because he was a second round pick. Well, that was their first pick, I think, though. So, let's see. Houston Texans are going for an offensive tackle and Josh Simmons. Yeah, they let Laramie Tunsil go to the Commanders, so yeah, they got to get him a replacement pronto. So I'm okay with them doing that. Pick number 26 is the Philadelphia Eagles, which they may trade out of. But if they don't, they'll stick here and get Mississippi defensive tackle Walter Nolan or go for another defensive player. But yeah, Philly is going to go defense in the draft first. Chiefs are looking at offensive tackle Arante Irsay. They let 2 of them go, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they do need to get an offensive tackle here. Another offensive tackle is going to number 28 is the Detroit Lions, Tyler Booker from Alabama, offensive guard. So yeah, get some more get some movement in the line in the outside so they can move the balls, run the balls a lot better from side to side. And get the quarterback some help, obviously, in pass protection. And we have, because their defense is good, and they're going to address other defensive pieces later. But I do like they have the running backs, they have the tight end, they got the quarterback they want, they have the receivers. So yeah, Let's get some lineman guys in here. Get them guys younger. Keep golf from getting scared, and then we'll work on defense in later parts of the draft. So I'm okay with that. All right, number 29, we have the Commanders. They are looking at Boston College edge rusher Donovan is it Keuchel? I think I said it right. But he's an edge rusher. And yeah, why not? They got the good offense. They got the quarterback. Let's get some more defensive guys to attack opposing quarterbacks, so we can apply more pressure. So I'm okay with them at 29 getting an edge rusher. Minnesota Vikings at number 30. They're looking at a safety. I like that. First safety off the board, and they're going to Minnesota, who definitely do need a little bit of help in the secondary, getting down the field, so balls aren't getting thrown too deep on them. So I like the fact that with that first pick, they're gonna go ahead and steal a safety from the draft, which I like what happens right after that from the Baltimore Ravens at 31 to what? Take the next safety right off the board, Malachi Stark. So I do like that. I like the fact that Minnesota and Baltimore are addressing safety. Not too many teams address the safety issue. They like to try to convert a corner to safety. You got to understand something about that. Your vision is just different when you play corner. You have to look for different things. You're looking at their feet. It's a lot. At the safety position, you have to have an open view world of the field. It's just a different viewpoint. You know what I mean? So you're gonna get burnt a lot if a cornerback convert to safety. You're gonna get burnt a lot until you get it. So I do like the fact that they just want guys that kind of got it. They have that open view vision. So I like that. I like those picks for both the Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. Both of them going after safeties. And last but not least, the Los Angeles Rams at 32. That's because this was a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles. Because technically, Philly should be the last pick. Los Angeles Rams are going after a receiver, Luther Burden III. And I like it because they lost Cooper Kupp. They have Puka Nacua. They have Devontae Adams. Atwell and Burden by. Atwell by. Burden is going to be the third slot. He's going to be the third guy. And because of that reason, guys, listen to me very, very closely. Luther Burden is on the radar. I know how Stafford throws the football. I know what he likes to do with the football. You understand what I'm telling you? He is going to be, as a receiver, a good fourth round pick still. I promise you that. I promise. If not a fourth round, because you got to take, but fifth is like the lowest you want to get him as a rookie. Now, the only way you don't get him is if you take a rookie running back. Okay? But this kid is going to be a steal. All right, so we have gone through 32 teams first round. Nothing too crazy. Just giving my viewpoint of how I think the draft is going to go tomorrow. It's going to be a fun draft. I'm going to probably go live on Instagram a few times during the draft, give my viewpoint on who got picked and all that good stuff. I think R2L is doing something too. I got to give it the guys and see what we're doing tomorrow for the draft. I think we're doing a live stream, I think. Because I work tomorrow in the morning, got to do prep because it's bring your kid to work day. So both my kids are coming with me to the kitchen. They ain't gonna do that. Can't do that much in the kitchen. So. My baby girl wants to come see how daddy works in the kitchen. She loves Chef Daddy. Just the way it is. But we got the draft tomorrow night, and then next week it's Tier Group Wednesday. Yes. We are doing tier groups for fantasy. Now it is time. The draft is the draft. That's the halfway point. Now it's tier group time. Tier group take a minute now. We got to go through every group, every player, give description. It's a lot. But it's a purpose for all that, okay? And then right out and in between tier grouping, we've got schedule release. So we have FFC's schedule prediction going. Okay, so we've got a lot of work to do throughout the summer. Summer's going to be pretty busy. Okay, So stay tuned for everything. We'll be back next week right after the draft and get ready for our tier group rankings. And from there, we have our FFC schedule predictions. And right after that, fantasy rankings, baby. All right, so Coach loves you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. Coach is out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.